In this video, we'll be talking about key levels and like the candlestick. Key levels could be charted on different time frames. You can have weekly key levels, daily key levels, 1 hour key levels, 30 minute, 15 minute, 1 minute, you name it. It all depends on your strategy, right? I like to draw key levels on the 30 minute and the 15 minute because that's just how I trade. I am not a swing trader. I am not a investor or none of those. I'm a day trader, so I like to trade intraday, which is I only trade for 1 to 2 hours per day. And I like to use the 30 minute and the 15 minute time frames to get my key levels from. Now, the first key level that I want to mention is the support and resistance. So, support, it's literally when the chart comes down, creates support, which will be like a line like this, and then it goes up, right? So that means that support was formed. You can see support as as the ground. Let's put it like that, right? Like the bottom support, okay? Let me put this in the center and put it white right here. Support, okay? Now, contrary to the support, we have the resistance, which is the total opposite. Let's say that the candle went up here and then it went down from here, right? Back to the support. That means that this top or this ceiling is what will be the resistance, and I'm gonna put that red. I'm gonna put right here. I'll put resistance. Okay. So all you gotta do is the very high where the stock or the chart bounces from, it's a resistance, and the very bottom where the chart bounces from top to the top and it goes up, it's a support. So in here, stock went down, it hit the support, and then it went up, it reached a ceiling, or it reached resistance, it reached a high, and then it sold off from there. So that means that we have resistance here and we have support here. Now, if we go to a chart, a 30-minute chart like this one, I will delete that. Right here, if we zoom in, right, I'm gonna just be very graphic about this one. We have what will be a resistance right here, right? I'm gonna just put it red because that is the very high. Now, the way that I like to do my support and resistance is I like to put it in the body like this. The body is, remember, the rectangle, right? And then I like to fill the wick with a rectangle, and I put it the same color as the line. So in this case, it will be red because it's the resistance. So a lot of people also just do this. They just like to put a line here, and that is fine as well. But I'm giving you all the aspects on how you can chart the support and resistance. And the way that I do it is like this. Now, same thing for support. In this case, we have what will be support right here. This will be green. Why? Because the chart came down and then it went up. So this is support right here. Now, the way that I like to chart it is I put it at the body, right? The same exact thing. And then I make a rectangle for the wick. And then I put it green. Okay? Very simple, very straightforward. This is how it goes. And then if you can see, it's an area of interest. So if we fast forward to when this level got hit again, we can see that in here, it bounced from it, it went up a little bit, and then it sold off. But if you're paying attention, you can use these key levels to find your next moves. So that is how I chart my 30-minute support and resistance. So let's say I'm coming fresh into the charts on a normal day. This is already at 4 p.m. So let's say it's this one right here, right? The way that I will go about this is I zoom in, I take a look at the action. Has there been any support formed? No, because it just keeps breaking, it keeps going down. However, we do see a ceiling here, right? What's the ceiling? The resistance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my line here, I'll make it red, and then I'm gonna make this the rectangle like this, right? This is how I chart literally every day. Now the next key level will be this next one right here, this other resistance. So same thing, I grab 30-minute body, I put the line, and then I do the rectangle like this, right? Now, another key level that I want to talk about is what will be the last key level. Let me repeat that. The last key level. What does that mean? That means the last key level that was broken, okay? So in this case, if we were to come here, we can see that a support got formed. Let me do the 15 minutes so it makes more sense. We can see that a support was formed here, right? Why? Because the chart came down, it bounced from here, and then it went up. So that means a support was formed. Therefore, what happens afterwards? Why is this a last key level? Because the level got broken. Well, not there, but it did get broken later on. The moment that key level gets broken, this is still an area of interest, but it's no longer a support. This is what I will turn from green to blue, and this is now called a last key level. So it is still a key level because it's important. Last key level. Let me put it in the middle like this. So that means that if the chart ever comes back to this level, we could see some important action that we could take place from. Let's say the stock comes down, then it goes up to here. We could see this bounce again and go on the downside, okay? So those are the three key levels that I use. I use support and resistance, and I use the last key levels. Now I'm gonna do a final example one more time to show you how I would chart a normal day. So first thing that I will do is that I get the trend. Obviously, I go into the 1 hour, right? So in this case, we have this clear downtrend right here. Downtrend. Let me put the replay mode to market open right here. So I have the downtrend. That's the first step that we saw in the earlier videos. And now I chart the support and resistances. So then I will come here. We have a ceiling right here. We have a resistance. And then I'm gonna grab this wick right here on the 30-minute for it. Let me put this right here instead, right? So that means that this whole area is of interest for me to play on the downside, right? Why? Because it's an area of resistance. There's also a minor support here that I'm gonna put like this. And then you can start making the plans from it. Now I'm gonna pick another random date. Let's go on the 1 hour and let's pick a random date. Right, let's say I'll pick this one right here. Let's say this one. Now the way that this goes, same concept. Let's just draw the key levels for this point. We can see some sort of resistance right here, right? Because it's the ceiling. We can see another resistance right here because it's another high. And then this has now been a fully defined support. Why? Because it hasn't gone up sufficient enough for me to call it a support, right? But then the next support will be, because the price is currently here, okay? That means that the next support for this will be around either this level or this level. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm going to the 15-minute to find more space or to find more options, and we have this level right here as the support. You can chart it at the wick or at the body. It really boils down to your own personal preference. This is also a level right here, and then this is kind of how it will look. Now depending on the trend, depending on everything, I will adapt and see what's the right conditions, but all you have to focus on is getting the right key levels for the date. All right, so the way that you chart that is very simple. You go from right to left, and then you see how it goes. In this specific example, it will be best that we grab it right here and we chart it all over again. Okay, so in this case, we have a resistance right here at the very top. So I'm gonna put a red line here. Then if we take a look at here, we have a mini support here that is already getting breached on the right hand side. So in here we see the support, right? This price came down, formed support, went up, and then it's retesting it right now, right here. Okay, now I'm not gonna pay too much attention to this because it already got tested. but I'm gonna focus on other levels. The next level will be this level right here. This is a level of support. And then we have what will be a last key level here. Why? Because the price came down, it formed a little bit like a lower high right here, and then it came down and then it went up again. So this is a level of interest as well. And this one will be what I call a last key level. Now, this is literally how I will chart for this day. Depending on the trend, I will then set up my plays. But this is how I chart support and resistance with the wicks, rectangles, and then the last key levels, and so far and so forth. If you have any questions, please let me know. And remember, I chart these levels on the 30-minute and the 15-minute. You can do it on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, however you prefer. I'm just showing you the way that I do it, and I hope that makes sense. Stick around for the next video.